I heard almost no criticism about his making decisions, how he did them, why he came down on the side of an issue that he did.
Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer intends to step down after 28 years on the high court. His decision gives President Biden the chance to name a replacement while Democrats still control the Senate. The justice will be around until at least late June when the current term ends.
And now the attention shifts to who President Biden might nominate to fill Justice Breyer's seat. NBC4's Eric Halperin has been talking with some political science experts about the news that came out today. So, Eric, not a big surprise because Breyer's been talking about this, right?
Colleen, Justice Stephen Breyer retiring, not a surprise to them at all. However, they say the timing of when we're finding out about this is a bit surprising. Change is coming to the country's highest court. Justice Stephen Breyer, who's been on the court for almost 3 decades, is retiring.
Not a surprise that Breyer would want to retire at some point with a Democratic president. Somewhat surprising that he didn't do it in Biden's first year.
I talked with 3 local political science experts about this news today. Associate Professor of Political Science at OSU, Dr. Nathaniel Swigger, Emeritus Professor of Political Science, Paul Beck, and Dr. Suzanne Marilli at Capital University.
It doesn't change the balance on the court.
The Supreme Court is currently made up of 6 conservative and 3 liberal justices. All 3 professors point out Breyer's retirement will not change that.
It may be that he thought this is the time to do it, and I do want my seat to be filled by a Democratic president, I should say.
While campaigning for president, Biden said he would appoint a black woman to the Supreme Court if he had the chance. It would be the first time that happens.
I can't imagine that he will not, particularly given all of the battles over voting rights that are going on right now.
He will be held to delivering on that promise.
And these professors point out this will be part of President Biden's legacy. If his appointment is confirmed, they could be on the court decades past his presidency. Colleen?
All right, thank you, Eric. Now, Ohio Senator Rob Portman is reacting to Justice Breyer's retirement, saying in part, "While I did not agree with most of his opinions or votes, I respect the way he stood up for the court and the constitutional separation of powers." Ohio Congresswoman and the chair of the Congressional Black Caucus, Joyce Beatty, says in part, she is confident President Biden will follow through on his promise to appoint a black woman to the nation's highest court.